4 BC. They came over here, during the Syrian captivity.
And you don't think they would have known the routes to come over here? Understanding that Solomon, he had understanding I'm pretty sure he had understanding of navigation. He had expert navigators, man. But he had his Navy, and it said they went out once every 3 years. Why did it take them 3 years?
Round trip.
Because it's round trip. So going back to Second Esdras, it took them a year and a half to get there. So and this was something that me and the brother Yara was talking about earlier. We was on the phone, and we were saying, how would if there were people already over here, like prior to the Gadites and the Reubenites and all them being over here, why when he was sending the Hamites over here, why wouldn't they just, if they seeing all these natural resources and all that, why not just come over here and live here? Why would they just come to just gather this stuff and bring it back? And if there were, but if there were people that were dwelling here, why would they just allow them to just come over here and take their shit and just leave?
Take as much as they want, fill up and bounce.
What empire actually was ruling here during those times? What were those people?
King Solomon was.
What was the name of their kings? You don't even have that. These are questions that we could ask you guys. You would not be able to answer that, man.
And that's not, the Sumerian account has so many documented histories in it, but there's none of that.
Yeah.
You go to Josephus has a lot of accounts, but you don't have that.
Like, you think about it, like, if there were people over here, how was Solomon even able to communicate with a whole nother group of people on the other side of the world?
And he was ruling. He had everyone under subjection to him. It was 40 years of peace. So ain't nobody was doing their own thing. Like, okay, we're gonna go over here and do this, and no, the King David that put fear in all the nations. They wasn't going off. They wasn't doing their own thing. They wasn't thinking, like you said, we just gonna just chill over here and take the. No, they weren't. They was paying tribute.
Yeah, man. So when they came over here, obviously there was no men didn't dwell here. It was just one big barren land, but it wasn't actually barren. It was filled with riches.
Yeah, they was on a mission.
Filled with riches.
They was on a mission. They had a job to complete. Like, okay, well, I know it's gonna take you guys 3 years, but y'all need to come back with this, and this.
Stuff that's native to this land, exotic. That lets you know that there couldn't have been people over here. Because if there was, they would have had to go to war. That's not in the scriptures. They would have to go to war, man.
Hey, but that's what happened when other people start coming over here.
Like, hey, what you,
Yeah, like I was just saying, like,
that's when Esau came over here, and I was going to say what Jesus getting ready to say. Esau came over here and waged war against the northern kingdom.
Because they wanted to hoard everything. They said it wasn't like, okay, we got gold, silver, now, okay, we could barter. No, Esau said, fuck that. We want it all. And we want y'all to put it on the ship for us. And that's what took place. That's this devil,
Come on, man. I mean, there's a lot of questions that we could just throw at y'all concerning this, and y'all wouldn't have nothing, man. You can't really explain how our people was over here, man. You can't. You can't say, they came through the Bering Strait from Asia. They're Asians. They came through the Bering Strait.
They're Mongolians.
They're Mongolian. They're Siberian. Fucking clowns, man. Or they got the little chinky, the little chinky eye look or whatever. Bruh.
Everybody looks like Jay.
You know what I
mean? You don't think Solomon and David may have had a slight feature like that? Because their grandmother, their great-grandmother was Ruth, a Moabite, man. Come on, man.
I got that pre-roll. Ecclesiastes 10:12. The words of a wise man's mouth are gracious, but the lips of a fool will swallow up himself. The beginning of the words of his mouth is foolishness, and the end of his talk is mischievous madness.
That's all it is. It just comes off as just mischievous madness, man.
Like someone talking, just be talking.
Yeah, I was saying, arguing
like hearing yourself talk.
Yeah. Hoping somebody listens.
And hoping someone, oh man, that was deep. That was it. Man, you know, that's on a level, man. Like, man.
But it don't make no fucking sense.
It's not to think about.
And that's those Israelites that want to. That's those Israelites that want to get the honey. You want to eat real fast. You want to get the some fast food. You know, just tell me something. Oh yeah, yeah. Get that hot pocket. They don't want that meal from the true sincere prophets they're gonna take time to cook. That's gonna let the meat marinate and season it right. No,
tender, ready to break down.
I want my shit right now. I don't care if it's still red, like Esau looking at it.
Verse 14, a fool also is full of words. A man cannot tell what shall be, and what shall be after him. Who can tell him?
Yeah, who can tell this nigga? You know, can't tell this nigga nothing. He don't know what's before him or after him. Yeah, that 12 tribe chart, that's totally off. You've been going on. You've been preaching this heresy for years, but it's time to come back and tell y'all the real truth. All right, nigga, so what's the 12 tribes now?
Well,
we working on it, but we gonna come out with it.
What's the 12 tribes? Because Esau's about to come with martial law. The prophecy's about to take place. The chip is on the way. So, like you say, am I Israelite or you know, you niggas is gonna have a lot of blood on your hands. You know, a lot of blood on your hands. And you know, we doing what the true sincere men of the Lord doing what we can to receive salvation and get the blood off our hands. So we told you, the truth was there. The truth was out there. All right, whether you took heed or not, whether you, what is it in Ezekiel 3? Hear or forbear. That was it on this one.
I was looking for a script.
Yeah.
How it go?
I know I'm looking how high up to read. It's Sirach 27. Because the people that's following after this guy, you have a whole church. So the people following after you, y'all tripping. You got it?
And you know what? Like, it's like them coming with this. This is something that guys like vocab.
Yeah.
They get a hard on for shit like this, man. You know, he probably do a whole segment going into how you got Israelites that's actually, they start to see it now. They got a problem with the 12 tribe chart. We've been saying it all along and shit like that. You know, like they right the whole time just because a nigga just pops up and he got a problem with it. None of y'all got the spirit, man. That's what y'all have in common. None of you have the spirit, man. The natural man, he is foolishness unto him, man. You know? Only this is for the spiritual. And even who you calling heathens are spiritual enough to even understand that this is true, man.
Hey, when we bring out
they saw this and they immediately clicked, man. They looked at that chart and was like, man, I knew I feel a connection. I knew that, you know, I kind of always felt this, but now you just confirmed it. That's through the spirit, man.
How would they explain Simeon and Levi being on that
island
on that island together? What would their explanation for that? We know what it is. We know what the scriptures say. But what would you niggas say?
If your foundation is off anywhere, the whole building ain't going. The tower will not going to stand.
It's not.
Bring that out for
Ecclesiasticus 27:3. Unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord, his house shall soon be overthrown.
Yep, and the Most High will, the way that you can look at that in a couple of ways is to cast you out the truth. You can look at it as your church being cast out, keep the doctrines off. You know, a bunch of different angles you can take with that. All right, keep going.
As when one sifteth with a sieve, the refuse remaineth
undesirable.
So the filth of a man is his talk.
Yeah, so you start seeing, you can start reading into how these guys, what their real motivations are. You start to see that, okay, so what's your motivation? To be a top leader in Israel? Well, where you been at? Where's your track record? What's your respect? You want to say something?
Hebrews 4:12. The word is as a two-edged sword.
Discerning.
It's a discerner of the intents of the heart.
Yeah. We want to get that.
That's how you try the spirit by the word of the Lord.
Yeah.
That's how you try the spirits in men. The scriptures tell you about all types of niggas, man.
You can easily, it shows you how to discern the motivations. It's the same thing that the FBI and police use, the same tactic. You look at what the motivation was.
Really?
Okay, he increased his, all of a sudden this man is dead, but then he increased his insurance policy right before he died.
Yeah.
So who's the beneficiary of that? His wife. Oh shit, let's check the wife out. It's just simple. We just follow the simple common sense steps to figure out what it is that you're looking for. Read that out. The scriptures label that. We know you want to be a top guy in Israel. It ain't about to chart us off. You just want people to hit you.
And that's his end game. To be a top guy in Israel, not to seek the kingdom of heaven, not to wake up the elect, to be a top guy in Israel. So everyone can say, "Oh, this guy is so great, he's so smart." How is that feeding the flock? Well, how is that feeding the lambs? How is that edifying? How's that prophesying? Go ahead, bro.
This is Hebrews chapter 4 and verse 12. For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword.
It's so powerful because we can see through this word. We can see directly. No, we can see straight through your intents, man. We can see straight through what it is that you're looking toward. But it cuts right to the chase. It gets rid of all the fluff. You could have dyed your beard or whatever you want to do, but you can cut through all of that. So we see that you're older man, and you want to be on the level with the apostles, man. You want to be on the level of Nate. You want to be on the level of Johanna. You want to be on them top leaders of these Zabak.
That's who they came up with.
Yep, you want to be on that level. But it's not. Hey, and that's what you get. That's what you get coming up under Zabak. That's what you get. Because Zabak is all about Zabak. From his whole church, I've only seen him. I'll never see him read for nobody. He's only, the camera's always on him, and then it's some obscure reader off to the side. Every time. That's the position that you think you want. Go ahead.
For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit.
Yep, piercing to the asunder soul and spirit. It looks right. It cuts you, and it's two-edged because it cuts everybody. We were cut too. Cuts right to your soul and then down to your spirit, where it really hurts. And that's the problem. Who else coming? Right?
Don't touch him, bro.
I don't know what he was touching.
No, man.
I want to know what he was touching. That's
what I'm saying.
That's a nigga, man.
I don't know what that was.
That's a him.
That's it.
Yeah,
but it cuts right down to your true intent, to who you really are. We were cut by it, and it cuts. And when your intentions are impure, it cuts you too. Keep reading, bro.
And of the joints and marrow, and is the discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart.
It cuts through your whole thought process, man. We can read, we can follow your whole thought process and figure out what it is that you're really looking for. Because it ain't sincere. And it doesn't matter what you say. No, it ain't that I want to be a top guy. But it ain't that you're trying to feed the flock, though. It ain't that you're trying to edify the church, though. The body. That's what's true.
If he was, he would have never took that break.
Exactly.
He would have never took them years off.
Yeah. It's gonna say all this, right?
This is back in Ecclesiasticus 27 and verse 5. The furnace proveth the potter's vessel. So the trial of man is in his reasoning.
Yeah, so you reason because you had experience going through things. Okay? But it looks like you just was hanging out. You got nothing to show for the time that you wasn't out there teaching. What?
The fruit declared it, the tree have been dressed.
So it looked like you wasn't even studying since you've been gone. What would you, if you'd have came back on a level, you'd have kind of understood. But you came back with nothing to show for all that time. You came back, I mean, I didn't know if you had a breakdown for it not being the 12 tribes chart before, but you came back empty-handed. What?
I'll read it again.
Yep.
The fruit declared if the tree have been dressed.
And the apostles are proven that the fruit of the wisdom that they were given is proven. It's proven fruit. Proven wisdom. Where's your proven fruit wisdom? We're still waiting. We're gonna wait to the kingdom of heaven until you are destroyed, or until you humble down for this breakdown. We're gonna wait to the end. Okay? And you never gonna come up with it. You nor anybody else is gonna come up with another chart.
Like the brother Yatazak in the Dallas camp. He's like, hey, don't hold your breath,
Right.
Don't even hold your breath, man.
Yeah.
It's not gonna come. It's just this is something that the Lord needed to basically sift, all the jakes that he doesn't want and to separate them.
Because Israel's becoming that. This is that same moment. There's a fish sandwich that sound good right now.
Yeah.
Israel and being an Israelite is wonderful, but when that flood come in though, the enemy come in like a flood, we're gonna see who's gonna be an Israelite that day. We're gonna see how much you believe in that day. If you're gonna be like, no, we about to have Christmas dinner or whatever the hell's going on. That we will take the chip or whatever else versus calling on the name of Yahweh unto death. Okay? Continue.
So is the utterance of a conceit in the heart of man.
So is the utterance of conceit in the heart of man. Keep going.
Praise no man before thou hearest him speak, for this is the trial of men.
And I remember back in the day when the apostles first was on YouTube, we saw a few videos, and like we were waiting on a certain stance to find out about a certain couple of guys, particularly Comfy, and then somebody else that came out right after that. And they was like, they just sat back and waited till they spoke the wrong thing. It's like, no, sometimes you gotta sit back and wait and let them expose themselves. Or let them prove themselves. And boom, as soon as they went off, we got it. Okay? But that's how you gotta approach this thing. And you guys that's following after this guy, something's wrong with you. How come nobody's asking, hey man, well, who is this? Because it just proves the insincerity of why you're in this thing also. All right? Yeah. That's all it's proving, that you're not really in this thing to wake up the 12 tribes or to get out of Babylon, man. For waiting on Yahweh Shai to come in and rescue us out of here. All right? Because that's what we're doing this for. We're hoping that every video we post gets the views that wake the elect up and everything else pop off after that.
That's it. That's our major function, man.
Yeah.
And people will say, hey, what's your function? Nigga, my function is to reach the elect, man.
Yep.
Wake up the elect so we can finally get up out of here, man.
Real. Kick off this bad shit so we can get through it and get on up and get on.
Yeah, man.
Wow, brother.
Wow, bro.
Because hey, that's only the Lord. That's who the Lord is only concerned with. He's only concerned with his elect. You got dudes that's trying to make this a nation thing, like we need to come together as a nation. The Lord ain't coming. He ain't dealing with the whole nation.
Right.
Even you acknowledge that, Konaf, when you tried to bring out Ezekiel 11th chapter and 16th verse. The Lord said that He would be as a small sanctuary amongst the nations where we were driven. That's all the Lord is concerned with, man. The elect.
That's why I said a remnant. I will recover a remnant of Israel where I've scattered thee.
A grape of the cluster.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to reach the whole nation, then you're one of those Broadway Israelites.
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
you're one of those Broadway Israelites.
Soup kitchen cooking Israelites.
Yeah. You're the Broadway that leadeth to destruction, man. You know?
Many there be that enter thereat.
Yeah.
This is a straight and narrow, man.
Because usually the Broadway Israelites, they're the ones that come with the world-friendly doctrines.
Yep.
They come with the gimmicks. You know, they gotta come with theatrics.
Yep.
Anything that's gonna pull you in outside of this word.
They're also the ones
Because if you're using anything but this word to pull Israel in, that's the dead giveaway.
And what's beautiful about YouTube, you know, as you can see, people will watch a channel, they'll follow a channel if there's consistent video uploads.
Yeah.
That's the thing. If there's consistent video uploads, they'll watch you. If you're putting up daily, that's when you look at regular videos, not even true videos, regular. I'm gonna start uploading these sports videos every day. So you guys, because people are going to YouTube every day to watch. So when you take these breaks, that's breaking the concentration of the people. That's not feeding them for what they need. And we need every moment at this table to eat. Every free moment we got. What it has to go?
Learning coming by opportunity and leisure.
Here you go. That's what I put the what?
The sheep is gonna go wherever they are
Food,
gonna get the
yeah.
food.
Yeah.
They're gonna get drink. They're gonna get food.
Yeah.
You know, like animals, they're gonna be loyal to you as long as you got that food and that drink for them. Like you ever fed like a stray dog or a stray cat? You can't just never seem to get rid of them. They always come back, always expecting something.
Yeah.
That's kind of how the sheep is, man. They gonna keep coming back as long as you got that bread and that water and that wine. And that's why the Lord kept telling Peter, hey, keep feeding them, man. If you love me, feed my lamb, feed my sheep.
We were talking about when they follow Yahweh Shah for those fish sandwiches, you know, because they were feeding them loaves, right? They followed him. Who knows how far? Followed him all over the region, trying to eat.
Sometimes the Lord has to escape and go over into the wilderness, man. Just to get away and shit.
Yeah, I wish I went to the mountains to pray by himself.
Yeah.
You know, just to, like you said, time to get away.
Was there more in that script?
That was the point.
Go to John, I think it's John 10 and like 12. Because when you leave the flock like that, you given, you know, open room, you know, for the enemy to come in and snatch them away. That's somebody that's careless, you know, for the flock, man. A lot of these dudes, they really don't care about the flock, you know.
Oh yeah, I got it. You want up towards the top, right? John chapter 10, I'm going to start at the top. It says, Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber. But he that
false prophet.
Yep.
You climb in some other way, but through Yahweh Shai.
Doctrine and truth.
Yeah, you got in without the wedding garment, man.
Yep. Bind him hand and foot.
Basically, you stole the word. You stole the word of the Lord, man.
And then use it deceitful.
You used it deceitful, man.
Use it for your own gain.
Yep.
Own a worldly gain.
That's Jeremiah the 23rd chapter, man. Go ahead, bro.
It says, but he that entereth in by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. To him the potter openeth, and the sheep hear his voice, and he calleth his own sheep by name, and leadeth them out. And when he had put it forth, and he that and he
Well, that's a bug thing. That's
where your stash at, buddy?
That's a weird ass fucking camp, man. Lord is not with GOCC, man.
Bro, 99 levels of hell, bro. You know?
It was a reason why he didn't come like all the way over here and deal.
No, he don't deal.
Go ahead.
He said,
See, a guy like that, we're not finna have a Passover with him.
no.
He's not finna show up with no mustache.
We all gonna be
Long hair.
Long ass hair.
Where your mustache at, bro? Where your beard at, bro?
Yeah.
Where your beard at, bro? I'm gonna be looking at your face all night. Where your beard at, bro?
You're not a Gadite. You can grow one.
Man.
I knew that, bro.
It says, to him the porter openeth, the porter openeth, and the sheep hear his voice, and calleth them his own name calleth his own sheep by name, and leadeth them out. And when he putteth forth his own sheep, he goeth before them, and the sheep follow him, for they know his voice. And the stranger will they not follow, but will flee from him.
They're gonna get the hell away. They're gonna run.
That's why I read that about the other people. You don't see that this dude's tree is all decrepit?
How could you follow someone like that left you hanging for however many years he was off?
Can't trust him.
And come back.
Yeah.
He gonna leave your ass again.
If you on a watchtower, you know you're supposed to be letting the church know basically when the trouble coming.
The enemy's coming.
Yeah, when the enemy coming, you ain't gonna warn us. You gonna bounce. Protect yourself. You gonna leave us up there to get taken. Or if I leave them, then they gonna stall them up enough for me to escape. That's the way niggas like that think. I'm not saying that you a nigga like that. I'm just saying that's what how niggas like that think. Okay? It say verse 5. And the stranger will they not follow, but will flee from him, for they know not the voice of strangers.
This them strange doctrines.
Yeah.
They're not gonna follow a strange doctrine, a false doctrine. Man.
One thing about the apostles of Great Millstone, when I first heard this word, man, I looked at my cousin. We were sitting there watching. I said, "Hey, man, everything that they've said, they've shown us through Scripture, and then told us to go research for ourselves. And we'll pause the computer and go research it. Like, damn, led us right to it. Led us, down the way. We're like, that's true. That. To the point we was like, man, we don't want to look that up. Nah, man, I believe him on this because everything else was true that we done did the research on. That was one of the major hooks to the apostles. That everything that they said, if you don't believe it, go look it up.
And they do that to not only make sure that we don't just take their word for it, just blindly follow them, but also to make us sharp. Because it tells you in the Apocrypha, a wise man will
hear it and increase learning.
He will hear it and he will commend it and add unto it. But a man that's not of understanding, it'll displease him, and he'll just cast it behind his back. You're supposed to search it out anyway, and you might even get more to it, man. You'll be able to add to it another layer to it, because this wisdom is manifold, man. There's different levels to it.
He said every man have a doctrine, have a song. You got another angle that may add to it. And like I've always said to brothers, it wasn't necessarily the apostles' breakdowns that got me, but the little chip-ins that the elders were throwing in that made what the apostles were saying really come to life for me, to make me really understand it. Right? It says, verse 6, this parable spake Yahushua unto them, but they understood not what things they were which he spake unto them. Then said Yahushua unto them, again, verily, verily, I say unto you, I am at the door of the sheep. Look, you have to break it down straight for them, like simplify it for them. All that ever came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not hear them. I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out and find pasture. The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I come I am come that they might.
Hey, that's a wolf.
Yeah.
He's talking about the wolf right there.
Yep.
Wolves in sheep's clothing.
Yep.
You think they come in there to actually do the sheep some good, but they really come in there to rip up the sheep.
Because how'd they get in there?
Yeah.
It was just tricky.
They're going to come in there and make merchandise of the sheep. They're going to come in and lie to the sheep. They're not going to prepare them for
some discord.
Yeah, all that, man. Cast away their faith, you know. Make them cast doubt. Make them lead them astray. That's basically you leading them to death. You coming to destroy and kill the sheep. You know. It's talking about how the wicked scribes and Pharisees, how they would their influence over others. It said that when the Lord was cussing them out, he said, you make them a twofold or threefold the child of hell more than yourself. You convert other people and you make them even worse, man. They worse than you.
Hey, can you bring that precept? You know, right there? You want to grab it? You might be more
That's what I had right there. This is Matthew chapter 12 and verse 30. He that is not with me is against me.
Yep.
And he that gathereth not with me scattereth abroad.
Straight to the point. Straight to the point. So, yeah. It says for the St. John.
So like if you're scattering, but you claim that you're coming in the name of Yahweh Shai, that really you're an anti-Messiah.
Yeah.
You're not preaching Yahweh Shai in sincerity.
God.
You're doing it in envy and strife, man.
Contention.
You know, contention. Because really you're scattered. You're showing that you're really not with the Lord, man. You know? It tells you that in was that Titus? You know,
Titus
in words, you know, you claim that you love me. You know, you say you know me, but in works you deny me. You know, you're really just a reprobate, man.
Like I picture, stay blessed, keep the word going forward. Why I had to check in, I can't watch the rest of this. Y'all know I'm popping every week.
All right,
Stay up.
Shalom. Good, man.
Jeremiah chapter 7, verse 4. Trust ye not in lying words, saying, the temple of the Lord, the temple of the Lord, the temple of the Lord are these. See, the temple. The 12 tribes, the true 12 tribes, and so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, that's the temple.
Yep.
This guy, he's coming with another temple, man.
Yep.
I'm not gonna trust that.
Yeah.
That's lying words, man.
Yep.
It reminds me of the precept where it says, like what you said, but it says, with their lips do they honor me, but their hearts are far from me, teaching the commandments and the precepts of men.
Yep. And that's what they're doing.
God.
They teaching the precepts, the commandments of men.
God.
Well, we gotta flee Babylon. We gotta go back to Israel. We gotta go to Africa. We gotta reach all the nations. We gotta make sure everybody put in their money so we can raise up tickets and make sure we get all the brothers on board.
Go back to Israel.
Go back to Israel.
Israel visit.
We're gonna visit and then we're gonna go and settle in Africa where the rest of our brothers is at. That's not of the Lord, man.
That's not scripture.
You niggas are doing your own. You're following your own spirit.
Just
man.
go take a trip to Africa, man. Call it vacation. It's okay. It's okay.
That's what they do.
Don't don't make it into this, man. Don't pull that bull into this. True.
I'll respect y'all if y'all really do go back to Africa, because at least y'all finna do what them black unconscious niggas won't do. Preaching that back to Africa, we African, Pan-African shit, but won't go and get lost in Africa. You know?
Sincere from belly ass doctor.
Africa was beautiful.
Should have seen it. Yeah, something right there?
Yeah,
So I want to read more on
Jeremiah 23:1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture. saith the Lord. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, power of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doings, saith the Lord.
Yep, for being negligent. Not only being negligent, but leading them astray, man. So the Lord's gonna deal with every last one of y'all. You know?
Yeah. Something that go with that. Back in John chapter 10, I'm gonna start at verse 11. Yeah. No, I gotta read 10. It says, the thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly, right? It says, I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. But he that is an hireling, and not the shepherd, whose own the sheep are not, seeth the wolf coming and leaveth the sheep, and fleeth.
I want to say this, you were saying, the shepherd's willing to put his life on the line for the sheep. The men of the Lord, like Brother read earlier in Romans 12, we present ourselves as a living sacrifice. We'll put our life on the line for the doctrine. All right, we're willing to die for the doctrine. Are you willing to die for your 12 tribe, new 12 tribe chart? No? Yeah, you know, them niggas, like you said, he gonna bail. Soon as shit get rough, shit get shit hit the fan in this place, you gonna bail. You gonna bail on the doctrine, you gonna bail on your congregation.
Esau gotta come down like a flood.
They're not ready to die. They're not ready to risk their life and their freedom and everything they have for this doctrine.
Esau gotta come upon our people with the flood. Particularly, it says in 2nd Ezra 16th chapter, still spoiling those that fear the Lord, right? So when that comes in, are you gonna hold fast in that moment? Best we can say is Lord willing. You know? Lord willing. It said here, whose own, where'd it go? Yeah, here it goes. Whose own the sheep are not, seeth the wolf coming, and leaveth the sheep, and fleeth, and the wolf catcheth them, and scattereth the sheep.
Trying to save his own ass, right?
What about saving his own ass? What about the flock?
Hey, that's the dudes that have that negligent, carefree spirit.
They take hiatuses and
they take breaks.
And only go out when the weather's
when
fair.
It's fair. Yeah, they don't go out in season and out of season. Or they'll try to create gray areas in certain doctrines.
Yep.
About the mark of the beast. You know what I'm saying? They try to say that the mark of the beast is a spiritual thing.
Yeah. Not a physical mark.
They'll say something like, "Well, Israel already know not to get cuttings in the flesh, so I shouldn't have to tell them." Like,
right.
All they got their tattoos and brands and fucking gauges and shit.
Shit like that, man. You just you don't even care, huh?
They already know.
Israel should already know.
Yeah.
Jake don't know a damn thing, man. You gotta constantly warn them, man.
Bro, that's like telling a dog, yeah, you know you ain't supposed to be eating chocolate, even though it look like it's food.
Yeah. And I left it on the ground.
Kind.
Like the level where you can get to.
Simple, man. Nate. Years ago when that Benjamite host, when he was having that little interview, and he kept on telling him about the time of Jacob's trouble, and he just kept on trying to downplay it.
Yep.
Yeah, he was reading Daniel 12. And then he was, go ahead, bro.
Nate didn't want to deal with that, man.
Yep.
He just kept tap dancing around it. He was trying to adulterate the word, man.
Because he knew that's not an angle he sells to his church.
Yeah.
They don't sell that angle to his church.
You can't talk about the bitterness of the scriptures, man.
Well, not at all. You don't want to hear about that.
Because they're about, pushing fun and mirth and
prosperity.
Progress and prosperity and
we're going to get the name later on.
Extravagance and shit,
Holding the time back.
Like, no, we're in the kingdom right now. We ain't got to worry about Esau coming down on us. We're gonna be all right. Oh, hey,
there's a little more.
The Lord warned us about that, man.
Look what it says, verse 13. It said, "The hireling fleeth because he is an hireling and careth not for the sheep."
Hey, they line. A lot of you jakes that's following these false prophets, they're lining you up, man. They lining you up. They're gonna lead you right to the chip. And a lot of y'all gonna take it because y'all listen to these clowns, man.
It says, verse 14, "I am the good shepherd, and know my sheep, and am known of mine. As the Father knoweth me, even so I know the Father, and I lay down my life for the sheep. Other sheep I have, which are not of this fold, them also I must bring, and they that hear my voice, and there shall be but one fold and one shepherd. Yep, therefore do my Father love me, because I laid down my life that I might take it again. Yep. No man taketh it from me, but I lay it down for myself.
So he died for the sheep, and you niggas are scattering his sheep.
Yep. Now,
the Lord gonna come back and kill you, man.
Yeah, he's a shepherd. The shepherd's job, why do you think they have like the little bone people as shepherd, right? I think that was an analogy of the Lord, that story of little bone people. But anyway, that little hook is to pull them back in, keep them on course. Pull them back in. That's what that's for. So as the shepherd is gathering the sheep back and trying to keep them all in order, you let them, the wolf come on in and run, and you scared of the wolf yourself. Tripping, man.
Running behind the sheep and shit.
You know, man on the earth running, like the sheep gon'.
Yeah.
What they gonna do but get eaten?
You shield yourself with the
shield. Lino Brown and shit.
Lino Brown.
With the little girl.
Yeah. No man taketh it from me, but I lay it down for myself. No man took his life. He laid his life down for the sheep.
I was shocked.
He offered himself for us, right? I have power to lay it down, and I have power to take it again. This commandment have I received of my Father. Yep. And look what it say next.
Hey, and the Lord gave that same responsibility to the men he sent out, his apostles. Right. They're elders, they're overseers, so they got to be shepherds too. Right. Yahweh Shai is just the chief shepherd. The men up under him are the shepherds of Israel. That's why they stay on, the apostles, the elders, they stay on brothers. Hey, do your videos, man. They'll watch your videos and see if you might be going off and what you need to correct. Keep everything tight, man. That's what a shepherd does, man. And they keep you fed as well.
Yep.
Every day, it's not a day that goes by that the apostles are not putting up lessons, man.
Right.
And then they pay that same standard. We're under that standard. We're doing the same thing. And all the brothers that's coming in, hey, they overwhelmed with this amount of food.
Yeah.
That they're being given, man.
It's a righteous buffet of wisdom and knowledge.
That's why it's important for you to hurry up and eat.
Yeah.
Eat what you can eat, because Esau.
Buffet about to close.
Yeah, the Lord's getting ready to
cleaning the table off.
Close it out, man.
Yeah, they cleaning the table off at the other end, man. The buffet line is getting wrapping. They're cutting the burners off, everything, man, to put their food away.
Yeah,
really, they about to shut this thing down, man. You can feel it. You're watching it. You feel it. You're watching it.
It's taking place.
I want to read this one more verse. It says, "You have something, Busy? I got one more verse. Let me get one more verse. It said, "There is a division, therefore, again among the Jews for these sayings." Yeah, because you got cut. The reason there's a division because you got cut. Because your intent is not to feed the sheep and to protect the sheep. You're coming in this thing as a fly by night, man. You're just coming in to hop in. Yeah, let me hop in and get some fame. I just learned I'm an Israelite. But you ain't ready for the lifestyle or the tribulation and what's the other thing? And then the trial by fire. Yeah. You're not prepared for that. You're not prepared to endure that hardness.
And no one's prepared when they first come in, but as you continue in the faith and the truth, you grow spiritually, and you'll be prepared.
But like we read earlier, but you have to have counted the cost.
Yeah.
That no matter what comes up against me, I believe the Lord's going to be with me to see me through it, because I'm going to go through to the end.
Hebrews 1 and Hebrews 11 and 12. What's the faith? 11. 11.
Amos chapter 5, verse 12, 13. For I know your manifold transgressions and your mighty sins. They afflict the just. They take a bribe and they turn aside the poor and the gate from their right.
Yep, you're not feeding the poor. You're turning them away from. They're trying to come to the trough or to the table to eat. You're like, no, not over here, not over there. That's not right. And people are like, no, that look good. That look kosher. I mean, enjoy that. Like, bro.
Therefore, the prudent shall keep silent in that time, for it is an evil time.
Gonna be asked out.
That's not ours.
Yeah, man. A lot of Jacobs that's bullshitting about this. They're gonna be asked out, man. You know, they're gonna be trying to figure out, okay, what's going on. I know I heard this before. I heard these guys talking about this, but I didn't get the fullness of what they, are they around or,
They put it off.
You still in Amos? You got the 8th chapter? Since we right there.
They're gonna be trying to, figure it out, man. And it's gonna be like, hey,
he want me to ask him.
you didn't have the patience to actually get this thing, man. You want to be quickly entertained, just for the moment. Get your little quick fix. I'm gonna turn into this Israelite group and watch a little bit of that. Watch them cuss out the white man. Then I'm gonna watch this group and watch them cuss out the black woman. See them go back and forth with somebody.
Yeah.
Ain't taking no notes from nothing.
I'm half listening.
Yeah. No attention span.
Yeah. 2-hour videos. What did he say? Because I wanted to ask him about that fishing. What did he say?
He said he was with the God of Christ Church, and he was sitting down here. He did something to him to come back, and he wanted to know what was down here.
Okay.
So he told me out here every Sunday.
Working on the toe. You looking awkward up here, bro.
So you looking awkward.
Where your lion's mane at, bro? Well, funny, the one that don't have it and shit, the one that I'll say. The one that can't grow it, that stay real, just don't grow.
If he really does come back and want to,
Yeah. All I'm expecting him to say, for my job, I can't do it right now or something. I'm not expecting him to come up with, I'm hoping he don't say nothing like this. He said the head of our church said it's all right. I'm hoping it's a serious reason why he can't do it.
Christian answer, but also not away with.
Right.
Yeah, that's GOCC. That's a Christian organization.
Yeah.
That's a straight up Christian.
They're the ones that say you must be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They teach all type of crazy shit.
Let him come back. I'm gonna hit him with all the doctrine. Hey, so what's up with Cornelius, bro? What's that chip looking like? What's hell?
No, they teach that the chip is the month. That's one of the things they got.
But hell, the hell doctrine is off.
Oh yeah, they
hell is off. Cornelius.
Hell is really on. Hell is really on.
Yeah.
They teach about mermaids.
Yeah.
Bro.
He said mermaids exist.
Dang.
He teach that there's levels of hell. There's levels to hell.
Isn't that what the Mormons teach? The Mormons teach that. The morons.
And he also read from the book of Enoch too.
That's what I thought. That's what I heard. I didn't know that for sure, but
They read from that.
We're trying to get the book of Yasher.
Bro, remember that day
Because they
we
believe
watched
in
them?
the Nephilim, the
Oh,
giants.
Yeah.
They believe in that.
Me and this brother watched one of their videos one day, and it was some bugged out weirdo shit, man.